Okay, so we pretty much had a cutoff right there, so hopefully we'll get this back on track. Sorry about that, y'all. If y'all were listening, let's bring this back. Let's share the stream as well. Let me fix this light also. We got this light that's was messed up. So we're gonna share this live. I hope everybody who was on there comes back for sure because we were trying, and we got a little cutoff right there. So we'll see. So we're gonna share the live. Talking about nope spoilers, all of that here. Let's put this pin message. And CST. Okay, we got it all. Okay, we should be good to go then now. So let's share this up and make sure that we are hitting these things here. We're just talking nope spoilers, talking the ending, all of that. Amazing movie, right? Some people divisive, I would know. Some people didn't like it as much, so could definitely see why some people weren't really too fond of it, all of that. I forgot what I was even talking about towards the end right now when we were on. So hopefully we'll get this whole thing situated once again. Okay, so I think we should be good to go. So just gonna wait and see if we get anybody else coming in through here. Just had a weird cutoff for sure with my internet and all of that. Okay, we should be good to go. So let's see if we do get this whole thing going back. Alright, so had a little situation there. I thought the stream was bad and all of that, but it should be good, I think. So we're just gonna give it a little bit to make sure it's stabilized, because I think the internet connection was a little bad for a bit right there. So we're just gonna be talking nope spoilers, talk about the ending, the Gordy scene, all of that. I saw it twice already, and I wanted to make some videos on it tomorrow. So after I am done with this live stream, I'm gonna record those videos. Got my notes and everything done, but just wanted to discuss some more stuff here as well on the live, because all the past we've done 2 lives on Nope already talking about the movie, and I've learned more interesting stuff from some people that I've caught on to things, and then it was just a good talk we had. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what else we can get as well from this. So we'll definitely see. What did y'all think about San Diego Comic-Con? If you watched it, let me know as well. We got a ton of videos on that tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for that. And we do have our website as well. culturalelixir.com is the website as well. We do a lot of stuff there that sometimes we might not cover on the channel as well. There's always a ton of news out there, so it's kind of hard to cover everything at once. So we do a lot of stuff on our website. We also do a lot of stuff on our Instagram, our Twitter, all of that. So we're trying to do as much as we can on every platform we have, and we're just trying to grow this a lot more for sure. So we're just going to give it a little bit more time, see if more people start to join up on here before we start. And we shared the live, so we should be good as well. So San Diego Comic-Con, let's just talk about that for a bit right now. Amazing news from Marvel. Honestly, I did not expect them to give us as much news as they did. DC gave us the minimum. It was okay, but that's why the reason I wasn't too excited about Marvel at first. So yeah, for sure. So last night I did get the chance to see Nope a second time, and this second time I picked up a lot of things that I had missed on my first go with this movie, because I think at points it goes pretty fast for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of Marvel movies that got announced at Comic-Con last night, for sure. And I'm going to be trying to discuss all of them this week on the channel, so stay tuned for that for sure. Cloverfield Lane Aliens, definitely for sure got those vibes from this movie as well. And Cloverfield Lane is such a good movie for sure. But yeah, lots of stuff got announced at Comic-Con, and it was just a jam-packed week, right? With Nope, with Comic-Con, all of that. And yeah, like I said, I watched this movie twice, and I picked up some things as well from this, where the creature, it sort of gave people were saying on the other stream I did that it was giving them like biblical angel type vibes and all of that. And when I watched it the second time, they do talk a lot about like biblical references, praying. Angel is one of the characters in there, so I thought that was interesting as well. But I did also like the fact that we got to see this creature, and the more I see it now in the second go, it is a very interesting creature. The way it's shaped, the way that it sort of transforms, the way it eats, all of that, very interesting. Yeah, there was definitely a lot that was sort of like I missed on my first go when I watched it. Like a lot of things that the characters talk about, a lot of the things that the like I try to look this time for the creature in the clouds right before it was shown and all of that. They also talk about some hikers that had gone missing a couple of days before OJ's dad ultimately dies. So those are some of the little things in there, as well as some things in Gordy's scene as well. How did it give angel vibes? So some people are saying on my other stream that it's sort of like a biblical accurate angel at the end, how it looks. I'm just saying like it's sort of like the things about praying and all of that that they talked about in the movie, as well as bad miracles and all of that gave me those biblical references. But not too sure if that's exactly what Jordan Peele was going for. Okay, so with the shoe, when I first watched this movie and that Gordy scene, I thought it had something to do with the aliens, and now when I watch it again, I realize it's not, because I see that there is definitely no lights going out, nothing happening with like the electricity. This all is on Gordy, and the reason Gordy went crazy was because the balloons popped. Now the shoe, I think, is just a coincidence, and that's the reason that I think Steven Yeun's character Ricky Park sort of gets this sort of attachment to all of this, because to him it feels like a miracle, but it's a bad miracle because all of this happened to like his cast members and all of that, but he feels it's a miracle for himself that nothing happened to him. So he feels like sort of empowered to now try and tame this new creature, because he sort of felt he empowered Gordy when Gordy wasn't going to do anything to him and was just going to give him that fist bump. So I think that's definitely something important for his character, is that shoe. Definitely Rapture vibes for sure watching again. Sort of like a Plague, right? Especially with the raining blood and all of that. Definitely gives you Plague vibes with that. And, I mean, I still feel there is something of more of a connection between Gordy and the aliens. I know some people don't think that, but I could definitely see it not being either as well. But, yeah, this thing definitely has been around, I feel. And I feel like it's sort of a predator that has been going all over the place, like around Earth or maybe something like that. But I think the reason it lingered around this area was because Ricky Park was feeding it a lot. It was giving it horses because it was trying to tame it and use it for himself to make money from his theme park. So I think that's the reason it stuck around that area so long and sort of thought it could do whatever it wanted to do, right? And I think that's one of the things what OJ did here, is sort of try to tame it at the end, which I thought was such a great scene. When I rewatch it again, now that I've seen it twice again, the scene is definitely interesting as well. I have not watched Lake Placid. I well, is that the crocodile one? I think so. Maybe I'm just not remembering that well. Gordy was the best part. He needed. Gordy, I mean, there's a lot of people who want like Gordy, like a Gordy cut of the movie. Jordan Peele did release like a little intro for the Gordy's home TV show that I guess they did. He put it on his Twitter if y'all want to check it out. But I'm gonna talk about it more tomorrow in my video, because I'm gonna make a video about Gordy and the whole scene and everything. Just analyze that, and also a video on Emerald and the documentary and Antlers for sure. Because I think they all three had different things we need to talk about. There's a lot of themes in this movie, a lot of things to take away from it, but I do want to talk about Gordy for sure, and a lot of people love Gordy. I've seen it on Twitter and all of that. A Gordy prequel. I mean, imagine if they give us a Gordy's Home full season, the whole season of the show. Okay, yeah, I do know which one that is with the giant crocodile now. Yeah, for me, it was definitely better this second time watching it, because you sort of pick up on things that were sort of missed on the first watch. I think especially when you watch it for the first time, you're sort of trying to catch up with what's going on in all of this. And especially this movie, I feel in its last act goes pretty fast, so there's some stuff you miss in there as well. Yeah, definitely. I think there is definitely something there that made it stick around, which was Ricky. I think that it's something of a predator that moved around a lot. We saw how it moved quickly around them, so I'm pretty sure it didn't try to linger in places to not be seen, but it sort of got greedy with how much food it was getting, so that's why it stayed there. The digestive system of it was definitely interesting. I will say that as well, because it was just creepy and weird how the people would go in, right? Like the second time watching it still gave me like shivers because it's like so claustrophobic to look at how they were in there. Yeah, I just learned that actually today that Oprah did actually interview that woman that was actually attacked by the chimp as well. So that was definitely something that I caught on now that I learned about that actual true incident. Yeah, Angel, that's what I was talking about just earlier. That the second time watching it now, I'm picking up more on these like biblical references. Especially they talk about bad miracles. They talk about the praying mantis. It's just a lot of references were thrown in there about that as well. When I watched it last night, I really picked up on those things that the first time I watched it, they sort of like brushed over because in my head I was just thinking aliens, right? That's what we were initially like thought to believe, especially with the trailers and all of that, and just thinking that this was an actual flying saucer instead of an actual being in itself. So definitely a lot of clues and all of that laced throughout. And I'm curious to see too. Jordan Peele said he had a 3-hour cut of this movie done, and now we only have a 2-hour and 10-minute cut movie. So I'm curious to see what that other like 45, 50 minutes was that he wanted to include in the movie for sure, because there is definitely a lot more. I saw the trailers. There is scenes in there that are missing from the movie in itself. And I think they wanted to go deeper into Ricky Park's story, Gordy, and maybe as well as OJ and his dad, everything that they were doing. There's some scenes where Emerald's in Hollywood, so I wanted to see exactly what she was doing out there as well. Why wasn't she with the family anymore? So there's a lot in that was cut. Hopefully we might get a director's cut sometime when the movie does release on physical media or stream, or at least some deleted scenes for sure. That's definitely something we should see, right? Yeah, extended edition is something I want. I do hope we get that for sure, and I think it would be great because there's a lot of stuff in there that I think they were trying to add to the story just from seeing the trailer as well. Like there is a scene in the trailer where you see the audience during Gordy's home like running out, so I want to see exactly what was going on through their minds and all of that, right? The Gordy cut is what we want. A lot of people keep telling me about the Gordy cut. We want the Gordy cut, right? We want to see everything with Gordy and how he got to the form that he was in the end. The final form definitely was interesting, right? Like it was definitely something that still throws me off even the second time watching it, how it just happens. But I do agree, I do still like the film as a whole, even though like I get what people mean that the third act goes really fast or just sort of like turns into something else. I'm still definitely loving the film overall. Yeah, that guy that's just walking and everybody's just running. I'm very curious to see what that is. That's definitely something that's going to be in the extended cut if they do release it. And maybe it goes back to that whole thing with Spectacle where this guy sees this and knows what's happening over here, but he just can't look away or turn back from it because he wants to see exactly what it is, that morbid curiosity, which I think is a big theme in this movie for sure. Yeah, we're definitely going to see those scenes when the DVD, Blu-ray, all of that releases. I do wonder if we can see these scenes in IMAX because I know he shot a lot of these things in IMAX, so I'm curious to see if they would ever do something like that. Yeah, a lot of people are telling me it was sort of maybe Ricky's father as well when they saw the trailer as well because they were just like determined to go in there, and why would they go in there unless they were like morbidly curious at what was going on or they were sort of like worried, but in the trailer he doesn't seem worried, so I'm not sure. Yeah, some people do feel like OJ might be dead by the end, and the second time watching it, I can kind of see where people might think that because when he appears, it's sort of like you really can't see his face. There's no close up of him or anything like that. And it's sort of just like a silhouette of him in this like perfect frame. So it kind of feels like it's otherworldly for sure. Yeah, I could definitely see that reference as well. Like I said, there's a lot of biblical stuff in this film. Watching a second time, like I said, they talk about praying mantis. They talk about also bad miracles. There's that whole verse at the beginning as well that is laced there. So there's a lot of stuff that is definitely referenced there. But I don't know if it might take another watch, or just hearing more about Jordan Peele talk about this film. I am definitely going to be looking at some of his interviews he done recently and try and dissect all of that when I make another video for Nope, for sure. Yeah, I want to believe he survived for sure. In my head, he survived. I think he's there with Emerald and they save the ranch. That's just how I want to feel about it. I did not know that about Chris Cotton. I definitely see then why Jordan Peele was giving him this praise as much as they were in that scene, and it makes more sense for sure. Yeah, that's definitely a sad thing to even think about that that would happen to him for sure. But yeah, I think that Jordan Peele releasing that Gordy's home intro really is making this Gordy universe sort of happen. Like that would be crazy, right? If NBC Universal or whatever picks up a run of the Gordy's home TV show and Jordan Peele's there like directing it or whatever. I know he did some good stuff with the Twilight Zone. I think he executive produced that, but still, you know. So it'd be interesting to see him give it a go with that. I think Angel lived. I think he did live at the end. We see him just there looking at the thing as it's sort of like dead. He lived because he was able to wrap himself with barbed wire right before the thing tried to suck him in. And I think once the thing like felt the barbed wire, it like spit him back out because of all of that. Yeah, that's definitely a thing I feel about Gordy as well, is that you see him do this attack and everything. Face is different, the way he's walking is different, and then out of nowhere, it's like a snap of the finger. He turns and is like, "What did I just do?" Right? I did think that this was based in the 2000s, especially because in the trailers you see the Scorpion King hoodie that OJ's wearing. You see the flip phone and all of that, but then when the movie started, you're just like, "Oh, okay." A horror movie based on a chimpanzee attack would be good. That would be terrifying for sure. There is a lot of space stuff in the Gordy show intro for sure. I watched it today and I noticed that as well. So are we really talking about aliens or what, right? Gordy the Monkeypaw Productions face. I could see that for sure in the upcoming Jordan Peele movie. They might want to put Gordy in there. And there was like an Easter egg to us as well with the golden scissors that were in Ricky Park's desk. I noticed the second time watching it. Yeah, I haven't seen Life, but I would want to watch it now that you say that it kind of looks like it to really get to see that for sure. Yeah, when he was just like hitting her like foot and everything, like wondering why she down and all of this, and scratching his head, it definitely was kind of sad to see him like that because it looked like he was in a different state, and then he sort of like arose from it, and he's wondering what exactly am I doing here, right? So I think that the alien itself was or creature whatever was here all this time because Ricky Park was feeding it horses and it sort of was trying to eat as much as it could and it sort of got greedy. I don't think that it was trying to sort of like get them out of the ranch, but at a point it sort of turned into like I want to eat everything now. And I think it's a creature that sort of moved around a lot, but the reason that it's lingered around this area was because Ricky Park kept feeding it because Ricky was trying to tame the creature and sort of like put it under his control, but it sort of like backfired because the creature sort of turned on Ricky when it was like, no, I'm not going to be tamed, sort of. And I think that's something that's a theme here as well, for sure. Like, you cannot tame nature sometimes. Yeah, this time seeing it again, I do think the alien did die at the end because the lights and the music and everything at Jupiter's Claim come back on, and when the alien is alive and close to these things, they go off because of the field it like has. The disfigured lady was the sister in the TV uh, show for sure. That was her because you see her wearing a shirt that has her as the young sister, so that was her for sure. Yeah, it did die for sure. So yeah, this second time watching it, like I at the first time I watched it, I had a theory maybe it didn't die, it was just floating away or regenerating. But now that I see it, and I see that the lights and the music and everything come back on, I know for sure that it's completely gone. So yeah, it's definitely gone for sure now. And like I said, the Gordy scene, watching it again, it's just like much more crazy how like Gordy kind of like really just snapped when the balloons just popped. That was the whole reason for that. Yeah, the someone was telling me that the monkey suits that the kids were wearing and the alien heads were definitely interesting, especially because of all of that. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of people telling me too that the Gordy incident was a lot scarier than the whole movie, and Jordan Peele even said that's the scariest scene in the film. Yeah, definitely. Still, there is this whole thing with the aliens and the Gordy connection, and I also saw that at the beginning and thought that as well. Second time I watched it, though, I didn't see like no electricity or anything go off like that, so I'm not sure entirely if the aliens had anything to do with it, and it may have just been something random that happened. But I could definitely see also that theory that the aliens sort of made the Gordy incident as well, because the horses get crazy when the aliens are around as well. So I think that the UFO turned into something else entirely because it was sort of like pissed off at a point. They had already been toying with it, trying to get it scared with the flags and all of that. So I think it was just trying to intimidate them with a larger form, sort of how some animals get bigger when they feel threatened or trying to intimidate another animal. It was just trying to scare them even more. I think that's the whole reason it turned into something else. It definitely was terrifying and claustrophobic when we were inside the alien for sure. I still thought that the second time watching it. Definitely an interesting twist for sure that it was just a life form in itself and not a spaceship, and there was nothing in there. It was just a being on its own. Yeah, definitely Ricky knowing about the aliens was crazy, and he sort of got crazy as well trying to tame it as well. That was definitely like the Joker Murray scene. Like it was like what when that happened. Yeah, definitely when they were all screaming inside the ship and then the blood started coming down. That was terrifying for sure. Yeah, there was definitely something in me that wanted to see real aliens as well be done, and this definitely did give us something different. I think for sure, but I still liked it. I guess. Yeah, pufferfish is something I would really say that this alien's kind of like as well. Yeah, that is definitely an easier way for it to move around and hide as well. So Keith David actually died because the coin went through his eye and touched his brain, so it went through the brain as well. So that's definitely the reason he died right there. I could see that with Ghost as well. I did pick that up on the second watch, and I think that the alien was trying to sort of make its presence known that this is my land now. After Ricky sort of like made it feel like that, right? Yeah, it was definitely scary when Gordy was just looking at the camera ride and he was slowly creeping up to us. That definitely was scary for sure. Definitely could see this monster in Godzilla as well, for sure. A kaiju like this is definitely one that could definitely go up against Godzilla. I think the people inside the stomach died because they got crushed. It looks like it. What it does, it sort of like puts pressure on the walls and then ultimately gets them killed like that. So Ricky formed a relationship with the alien over time. He mentioned that he had been seeing it for weeks, I think now, and he was feeding it every time it would come around. And I think he thought by that time they had a good relationship and can do whatever. I definitely did feel bad for Ghost for sure. Yeah, they definitely got crushed in there. Money went to his head. That's a good one right there. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, it digested by sort of like crushing and making them into this sort of like mush. That's how I feel the alien eats for sure. That was definitely one of the most scary scenes for sure when that alien's just walking like nothing on signs. That's definitely one of my favorite scenes also. I think this is definitely more of a sci-fi movie than a horror film. There is some like horror aspects to it, but not really like horrific like that, right? Yeah, that was definitely all Ricky who was doing this to the horses, and I did feel bad for the horse, especially Lucky. I was just like, leave Lucky alone when I was trying to get it to come out. That scene in Signs is amazing and still one of the best scenes in a horror film for sure. Yeah, Antlers wanted that perfect shot right. He just wanted to get it, and I was like, my God, get back in there. We got something good already, but he just wanted to get it perfect, and he ultimately paid for that, right? Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff happening in that scene with Gordy, right? Like the second time I watched it, I started noticing some more stuff, and it's interesting what was going on there, right? Like, what exactly is this? And that's why a lot of people theorize about the aliens having something to do with Gordy and all of that. But it's just like the electricity didn't go off, so I'm not too sure. I think that OJ named the UFO Jean Jacket because it was the horse that he and Emerald were just talking about, and the horse that Emerald wanted to tame herself but didn't. And I think OJ was like, this could be the chance for her to do that. But I'll talk more about that because I have some notes on that and I still need to go through them for sure. I want to make a video on that. He did get the perfect shot. He just was the extra with it, right? He was just like, nah, nah, I want to get a little bit more. I was just like, you got it. You have it good here. We already saw it. But he was just wanted to be extra. Antler was Chris Kattan. I could see that for sure, too. Yeah, this definitely did foreshadow that for sure. With Ricky and the table sheet blocking the vision for sure. So the deal with the shoe and the monkey scene is, at first I theorized that it was the aliens having something to do with it. Now I'm not too sure it's the aliens because the electricity, the lights, and all of that were like intact. Nothing happened. I think that the shoe symbolizes a just coincidence, a miracle that it landed straight up like that. But in Ricky's eyes, he saw it as a miracle for himself that he survived this attack and everybody else got hurt around him, but he survived this, so it made him feel empowered, and that's the reason he keeps the shoe because it reminds him of him sort of taming Gordy in his eyes, and he thought he could tame this UFO now because of that. Do I think OJ is dead? I don't want to think OJ is dead, but it kind of looked like it right the second time watching it because you don't really get a clear look at his face or confirmation. And Emerald is just having her eyes closed and then he suddenly appears. It just makes you think he might be, but I hope he wouldn't be, right? What happened to all the film? It definitely got taken in by the alien and destroyed, I feel. I think that's the reason that Emerald had to go to Jupiter's claim to get this picture of the alien because they needed something there. Antlers got greedy? Yes, he did. He got greedy and obsessed with the perfect shot. The shoe standing up? I am too. I'm going to be talking more about that tomorrow for sure in a video I'm making. I did notice the scissors the second time. I hadn't noticed them the first time, and that's amazing to see the scissors from us. The shoe is a big deal, right? Gordy and the shoe are a big deal. I could see that too with the shirts. I didn't even notice that the first time as well. I think Nope ended good. I don't know what a sequel could do. Maybe a prequel, but I'm not sure. Would y'all want a sequel or a prequel to this? Let me know. Yeah, definitely. I can see Antlers said that they don't deserve the perfect shot, and I think that's sort of like sometimes you just have to live in the moment. That's what he was trying to say, and he just didn't care about the perfect shot anymore. He just wanted to witness this up close, but in the end, he paid for it, right? Sorry to hear that you didn't like the movie. It is a very divisive movie. I do hear that a lot for sure. I think that the alien was just hiding there because it was sort of getting fed by Ricky, so it was trying to sort of keep being there as long as it could because it was getting free meals and all of that without having to work for them. But then by the end, when it was above the house, I think the alien was getting more territorial and wanted to just take everything. So it was sort of trying to instill fear in all of them. Any idea where the dad character had been when he shows up on set to then try to I think that the dad character had sort of been hiding, but then I feel like it tried to sort of save the co-star, but of course it didn't go as planned, as we saw. My favorite part was definitely the motorcycle scene at the end with Emerald, and also when they were shooting the alien with the TMZ guy. That was hilarious. But I think the most horrific part was when the people were inside the alien. After a second time watching it, I enjoyed it more, in my opinion. I caught on to some things I hadn't caught on at first, and I just thought it was good, especially rewatching the scenes. Yeah, I think Antlers just got crazy. Like, he was really always about getting perfection done and getting to the impossible. And I think once he got the impossible, he wanted more. So it was sort of like he could never be satisfied at that point. I think that the media ended up showing up because of the TMZ guy. I think that after the Jupiter's Claim thing and all of that, there was definitely some like more coverage being done because of that. And I think that they had come after seeing the thing in the sky as well, for sure. And they were probably already around the area, as we saw that TMZ guy was already trying to snoop around what was going on. A standalone film, yeah, I could definitely see it still being a standalone. I'm not sure if they would do a sequel to it for sure. Yeah, if we're talking like Jaws, especially how this movie feels, then I could definitely see what you mean about OJ for sure being alive. Yeah, I would just rather see Jordan Peele continue to give us some new ideas, especially because I think he is very good at that, and just keeping us on our toes at what comes next. Yeah, I was just like, we're about to see these aliens in the barn and all of that, and then when OJ just punches the aliens, I was just like, oh, what is going on here? Is this a real alien or what? Yeah, I was looking at some clouds too, and I was just like, I'm not, I don't trust y'all anymore. Yeah, it's definitely the decoy alien, all of that. I think the decoy that it ate kind of pissed it off as well. Jordan Peele is a genius. I think he really is giving us some amazing original stuff for sure. Aliens did get mad for sure. That's why I was trying to like sort of scare them even more. It was Ricky's decoy, so definitely could see the alien kind of pinpointing it back to them as well. Yeah, there's definitely a twist that I did not see coming. The theories and everything everybody had was way off, and I was just like, what? When I saw it. The barn scene with the kids reminded childhood fear, like a fear of aliens, or there was definitely that something with the alien trying to figure out its way around where it was for sure, trying to mark its territory. I see that as well. So some of the things that I caught the first time was sort of like the biblical references they were doing a lot. The quote at the beginning, also talking when they said praying mantis, angel, miracle, things like that, like words like that they kept talking about. Also some of the Easter egg, like the us scissors. Also noticing more of the thing that OJ talked about with like not looking at things in the eyes, and also the Gordy scene with the shoe. Yeah, you could see that the reason it didn't attack Ricky was because his eyes were like covered by the tablecloth. So things like that for sure. You know what? That could be an interesting thing. Is that the Barbie who played the female Fry's coworker could have told TMZ because she was very interesting what was going on there. Jordan Peele's zombie film would be amazing. Hello. The ocean. I think the ocean definitely is something that we could see more horror films because of everything that we don't know of the ocean. Us definitely could be a zombie film feel for sure. Oh, thank you so much. I already said it's the best dream. Thank you. The shelter. So I'm just trying to catch up on the chats here. And there we go. From you thinking they really. I definitely. Andler said a lot of things, right? He was singing that song and everything, and I was gonna listen to that song and make a video about talking about that for sure as well. You guessed everything right. I was very off on what I was thinking. Remake of Close Encounters, definitely. Yeah, I could see that also. You want to see this film? This film was good. It was good. It was a good movie. I think good sci-fi twist, all of that. Jordan Peele is always great. Yeah, when OJ was just hiding in that car and he was just like, and he like locked the door and everything, that was hilarious for sure. Yeah, when Emerald and OJ did that whole thing, when Antlers brought that camera and everything, the theater, both times I watched that, everybody cracked up. Yeah, you should definitely watch the film. It's good. I was completely off with my theories. I had these theories that it was like people from the future and everything coming to Earth to warn us about something, but never expected the form to be like alive in itself, right? Like the thing to be a living creature, right? Yeah, it definitely does look like the angels from Evangelion as well as the Akira slide. Definitely a lot of anime vibes here. Is Jordan Peele trying to tell us he wants to do an anime? What anime should Jordan Peele do, y'all think? Yeah, the wardrobe here was great for everybody for sure. Definitely a twist I would never see coming as well, with the UFO being the alien as well. That sunglasses at night scene was nerve wracking, and it was just like dreamy like as well, like nightmarish. Sunglasses at night slowed down sounded so good though to me. Yeah, the sky is just as vast as the ocean, right? And we don't like necessarily know what could be up there either, right? Sometimes like you think about the I mean the ocean, you don't know what's down there all the way, and that makes it much more terrifying. I was thinking that too with the when he said it was blurred out if the government had something to do with this or was it the alien itself? I wasn't too sure. You never really saw the horses inside of the UFO. You saw just the people that went in there. Yeah, now that I think about it, the climax being shot in the daytime really makes you think that this film is doing such a great job at the horror and everything because usually you would see it at night, right? I think the song that Antler was singing was. Let me go. Let me look at it. Make sure I got the title right because it's a song that's called. Let me see. I'm trying to look it up because I was gonna look into the song because I was just wondering why is he singing this song, right? So the song is called per the per, the Purple People Eater by Sheb Woolley. So that's the song that Antlers is singing right there. And I'm gonna read some of the lyrics because I think they're interesting. Weird but good, yeah, for sure. I'm happy for Daniel Kaluuya. I think he's such a great actor, and I want to see more of him. I'm bummed he's not gonna be in Wakanda forever, but hopefully we see some more stuff from him pretty soon. Yeah, the OJ thing, I'm not too sure yet. He did say his name's just Otis Jr. and the dad's name was Otis, so I don't know if that's the only thing. Akira for sure. That's why I like the motorcycle scene. I love this movie. Yeah, I've heard about Jordan Peele being attached for this Akira film, but then he wasn't. And now we have Taika, so we'll see how that movie does, right? If it does get done. The Gordy scene was definitely something that screwed up everybody because it was just so intense and just disturbing. I love hearing the dialogue for this movie as well. I think everybody just talking about it definitely makes you much more appreciative of everything that this movie's doing because of that. The reference is important to Jordan Peele. Modern day cell phone technology, distractions. Yeah, I definitely see that. I think definitely a second viewing makes you like this movie more, in my opinion. I think, but I'm not sure if you didn't like the first time, like if it would really resonate more a second time. But I feel like I caught on to some things that definitely make me like it more. Do I think it's from Earth? That would be insane if it was, right? Like if it's always been here and sort of just being sort of like awoken for the first time. The Gordy scene was definitely violent. A fear of chimpanzees and aliens. I could see why this film would be even crazier if you have those fears. I do think I know that what you're talking about, but I'm not too entirely sure with the movie where the creature transforms. But I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I could definitely see him being Denzel for sure. Just the way he carries the scenes he's in, right? Like he has this sort of like power and tone to like his presence and voice and everything. He's such a great actor. I want to see some more of him for sure. There is something else in the creature for sure, and I just couldn't like really focus that much on everything because I was trying to pick up so many things, and it was just like, what? Yeah, the sunglasses night slowdown was intense. I was just like, I felt like somebody was gonna get devoured, like Angel for sure. I was like, he's gone. There's definitely a lot to get, and the first time I feel like you won't get it, like some of the things you pick up, and I feel like even now I've watched it twice. I gotta watch it again to pick up some things, but I need to watch it like on Blu-ray or streaming where I can pause things, right? Yeah, definitely some B movie for sure. I feel. I'm gonna try and like research this because now I'm trying to think about it as well. So the way I rank the Jordan Peele movies is Get Out, Nope, and then Us, especially the second time. But I want to watch Us again because I've only watched Us once. I feel like I gotta watch it again because I watched Get Out 3 times. I watched Nope twice, but I've watched Us once only. So maybe I gotta watch Us again, and then I can really give you a good one. I did feel bad for the people because they were like just there. They thought they were gonna see some show, have a good time at the theme park, and then they just got devoured. Yeah, I definitely think that the blurred out thing might have been because of the alien. I never saw anybody have a theory about the alien being organic itself. I thought it was like some humans from the like future trying to come here and warn us about something. A Get Out sequel, would it work? I don't know if it would work. Maybe if it's in the same universe, but the other characters would have everybody would have to be different, right? Jordan Peele said that he never say never or something like that about a sequel, so we'll see. 10 out of 10. I see that. I can see that. Yeah, the energy that the creature emits could cause the blurred out area. The standing shoe is definitely something that I was bothered by a lot as well, trying to figure it out. My idea about it, and now that I've watched it again, is definitely that it's just a coincidence it landed like that. But in Ricky's eyes, it was a miracle it landed like that, and it made him feel more powerful about who he can really be, sort of this person that's able to tame animals because it looked like Gordy was going to give him that fist bump and didn't attack him at all. And that's why he thinks he can tame this alien in the future. This is definitely a movie that made people scared of monkeys for sure. Yeah, this movie definitely made some people scared of chimpanzees. So I think that the creature turned into like a parachute of sorts thing at the end because it was trying to sort of intimidate OJ and Emerald because it felt like it was sort of being like they were onto it, they were trying to figure it out and all of that. It got pissed when they were doing the whole chase with the horse and the flags and the parachute, and so by the end of it, it was like, all right, I'm gonna be as like big as a creature as I can to try and scare y'all because no, nothing's gonna happen to me, right? Get Out, Us, Nope. Okay, I can see that list as well. Okay, I lost my place right here. Okay, let's see. Do you think that she was like a miracle? It's what saved Ricky from getting killed because he focused. Yeah, definitely. The shoe was definitely just like this miracle that Ricky saw because it that he was so fixated on it. He never looked at Gordy. Yeah, that's definitely the way that I saw it as well after. If it's called Nah, that would definitely be funny if it was called Nah. Yeah, I just really like remembered about that actual true case with the chimpanzee that happened, and they were actually on Oprah as well. So maybe that's why they were talking about Oprah so much. That scene when they were close to the creature and everything definitely looked incredible with the score and all of that. Nope, over Get Out. You know, I could be close to doing that as well. Nope is Jordan Peele. Alien Annihilation, still a very good Alien, I think, as well. Definitely one of my favorite sci-fi films, Annihilation. I could see that too with the grandfather and the eye and all of that, and the floating balloon as well. And you could also think about it that Ricky, in fact, did tame the alien creature at the end as well, because it was a balloon of himself. Definitely a look at me culture is what it's trying to call out as well here. Jordan being a modern day Hitchcock, Spielberg, yeah, definitely. I've seen people bring that up for sure. Okay, so let me see. I lost my place in the chat right here. Trying to find myself. Let's see. Do you guys think the digestive system was really controlled by a creature who digests them like tentacles? So I think it was definitely controlled by the creature itself. I am curious to see what they can come up with as well also. That is true. That is like sort of like the mask that they used in the sitcom as well. Yeah, there's definitely, I think, a lot that is still unanswered from this movie. I could definitely see it being with Ricky and Gordy, the whole thing with Jean Jacket as well, especially being Ricky's balloon being the one that sort of is the one that gets like the alien down, is sort of like, in a way, Ricky did tame the alien, right? You could see it that way as well. A time travel movie with Jordan Peele would be amazing for sure. Did OG survive? That's the question. I know. Watching it again, it feels like he didn't, but I want to believe he did, because Emerald kept closing her eyes, and then out of nowhere he appeared, but we never really got a full like shot of his face. But I want to believe he did survive for sure. Like that. That's definitely something there, and that they saved the ranch. I think it's just like random, right? Like it's just floating because it's sort of like a coincidence. It's just standing, like it's not floating, right? It's just like it fell and it stood straight up. And I think that the reason it just coincidence, and Ricky sort of saw it as a miracle, and like that's the reason he thinks he's like above everything, because he saw this miracle. I'm not sure if it is the exact same thing he was using. Yeah, waiting for the other shoe to drop, definitely see that. Yeah, it was definitely trying to intimidate them. That's why it expanded in the way it did. Yeah, definitely not sure if it was rose or it was fur. The way they were dressed, it looked interesting because the hands kind of reminded me of a chimpanzee hand that the kids were wearing. No, I don't think it's based on a true story. I think it's based on a lot of like tales and things like that. But the chimp attacker might be based on a true story, although it wasn't a sitcom. It was a chimp that a woman had that attacked her. I think the colorful balloons were sort of just used to distract the alien, and it's sort of also representing how we get distracted as well through all of this spectacle and all of that. I'm not sure about the Jesus lizard shirt. I'm definitely gonna look into that for sure. Tremor vibes, yeah, I'm saying like Tremor made you scared of the ground, Jaws made you scared of the ocean, and now Nope makes you scared of the sky. Like, what's next, right? Yeah, not really Ricky for sure himself. Emerald definitely was the one that tamed Jean Jacket, and I think it's definitely a good arc for her, because how she talked about how she wanted to tame the horse Jean Jacket, but then the dad didn't let her, but in the end she tamed it. And I think that's the reason that OJ was giving her like the same like hand signals, because it was sort of like, this is your chance to do it. Definitely, Peel will not tell us. He will definitely leave it for interpretation. That's like the way he likes to do things. Yeah, definitely with the aliens and all of that, with the UFO and Gordy, I could see that. I like the whole idea about spectacle, because I think that it definitely is interesting how we are sort of attracted to spectacle, just as a lot of the other characters in this movie as well were. And that's a whole reason we saw like Antlers was so very much so wanting to capture the spectacle and didn't want anybody else to do it, and he sort of paid the price for that as well. Yeah, he does have 5 picture deal with Universal, so I'm not sure if he would do that for like make a sequel out of that 5 picture deal. There's definitely a lot of clues that I think we definitely will get. Maybe if we do get the extended cut, which is supposed to be 3 hours, by the way, he says. Davis. At the end, I think we definitely do see Angel, OJ, and Emerald survive. The delay effect? Oh, I should definitely figure that out for sure, right? Definitely Lucky is the one that got away for the alien, right? Okay, I'm trying to find my way in the chat again. So let's see. Does the giant white UFO going over and defining the color white? So I think that they were just using the wacky tube man to sort of get a feel of where the like creature was when they couldn't really see it, and that was sort of like their cues as to it's in this direction whenever they saw them deflate, you know. Yeah, her face is like that because she got attacked by Gordy. She was the main one I think that got attacked the most during that whole thing. So I lost my chat. Okay, so let me try and find my chat right here. Appreciate everybody watching and just listening, all of that. Really appreciate y'all. So if you want some more note videos, I have note videos already on my channel and I have some coming out. Make sure you're subscribed and notification bell on. And we got a couple more note videos because I want to talk about Gordy a little bit more. Skinwalkers, I definitely saw that theory as well with Skinwalker Ranch and all of that. So I'm telling y'all, I never saw a theory that got it right, and I didn't get it right at all. I was way off with my theory. Biblically accurate angel, yeah, I can definitely see that because they were definitely talking a lot about praying, a lot about miracles. They also had that quote at the beginning of the film. Yeah, the cloth covering his eyes definitely saved him from looking at Gordy and being attacked because of that. What was the alien do? When it was sort of doing the green flaps, I think it's sort of trying to be intimidating and sort of scare them a little bit more and sort of distract them into looking at it to be able to eat them. Steph Curry, I mean, that was a trailer, right? That I was just like, hold on, what is going on here when I first saw that? OJ is dead. I mean, that's a big question that everybody has, right? Did OJ live? Did he survive? What do y'all think? Yeah, the biblical angels definitely get those vibes from the final scene form that it had, for sure. I think the TMZ guy was more of a way to see like how other people react to things, right? Like he was so determined to try and get first, even though he didn't know what danger he was going into. And I thought that his scream was hilarious. Everybody was laughing about that. Yeah, there's a lot of balloons just keep popping, and I wonder why exactly they didn't think that this was gonna happen, right? Yeah, it could actually be something that's been here for millions of years, right? Like this being could be from like the dinosaur age, and it's just been able to survive through hiding and all of that. Could definitely see that. So spectacle pretty much is what something like huge and grand, and you can't turn away or look away from it. And the alien itself is a spectacle because it's so grand and you've never seen something like it. You just want to keep looking at it. And so it could mean things like going viral or doing something huge to sort of get everybody's attention on you. And people are obsessed with attention, and that's sort of, I guess, what Jordan Peele was trying to talk about as well here. I actually didn't know about the Jason Bateman incident with the monkey. I'll look into that. It never showed OJ being eaten, so that's why I think he survived. Yeah, they definitely do whatever it takes. I think that's what they were trying to say with the TMZ guy. Yeah, there's definitely that scene where it did look like an angel for sure. They didn't care whatever it took. They were going to get that shot. That's definitely it right there. He was just there because he wanted attention and he wanted to get that shot for money, for fame, whatever it was. Definitely not a UFO. Definitely a living organism. I think that they are expecting it to become an attraction of sorts if the world finds out. At first I thought it was like some Men in Black person that came through and was trying to sort of like cover up the aliens, but then it turned out it was the TMZ guy, so I was just like, what? Okay, so let's see. I lost my space here. I keep losing here. Okay, disturbing scene with the crowd for sure, for sure. Very claustrophobic, right? It did look like an angel, definitely. A biblically accurate angel, right? That's what they say. Yeah, OJ was always like, I'm down to not really get into this whole thing about me, attention seeking. He had a flip phone. That's definitely the OJ that we have here. I love that Jordan does cause us to have all these discussions, right? Yeah, definitely. It's funny when they say she added that great part. That's true. We never saw the police. OJ riding on the Bronco. It takes place in like today's age. There's smartphones, but OJ just chooses to use a flip phone. Yeah, what would happen right at the end of Get Out if they try to explain this? Like, how do you explain this? I think that the cinematographer Antlers documentarian sort of was obsessed with getting this perfect shot that he was going to do whatever it took no matter what, and it sort of blinded him to even put his life in danger because of it. You know, I was thinking about that too with the names of the horses. I'm going to be looking at that and making a video because of that. I think that the VHS are there because OJ and his dad were not really about like living with the technology we have today and all of that. They were more like simple and just trying to keep it like simple. So I think that's why you see the flip phone and VHS. I did not know that that was a band T. Thanks for letting us know for sure. The digestion tea, yes, that was so creepy, honestly. Government involved, I mean, we could see definitely. I also had that theory as well that there was something with the government going on here. There's definitely how people rush to the news to get the profit and become the ones who did it first, right? Nope is a great movie. I agree. I liked it. Smash the like button. I mean, if y'all want to hit the like button, I really appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button as well. We're close to 23,000 subscribers, so hopefully we can hit that pretty sometime soon. Yeah, definitely a great movie for sure. OJ alive, yeah, I love that OJ would be alive and they saved the ranch, right? You're not supposed to look at angels in the Bible? I did not know that, so yeah, that's definitely something that really adds more to it, right? Extended cut, I want to see the extended cut for sure. I think he had something interesting. OJ died, I mean, that's something, right? Either you think OJ died or he didn't, I don't know. We don't get that clarification, right? He did want the best shot he could possibly get. The screaming was terrifying. The blood scene, all of that. But they never thought you'd be rooting for OJ. Maybe that's why they did it, right? He's alive. I want him to be alive. Underrated, I think Nope definitely is a good movie, but it's divisive, right? I see people hate it, people love it, no in between really. I think OJ knew it was a creature after finally saw it at a close-up, especially when he went to go get Lucky. That's when he realized it. OJ is at the end And he smiles. Yeah, I mean, Emerald does smile at OJ, so I would think he would be alive, right? Jaws in the skies for sure, for sure. It gave me those vibes for sure. I thought we would get real aliens as well. I'm not mad at it though, but I can see why people had these expectations, and when they weren't met, I could see why they would be mad at, as well. My favorite scene is the motorcycle scene at the end, and definitely the blood scene as well. It was just like classic horror, right? With like the blood in the windows and all of that. It gave me those vibes. Yeah, I'm sad it's getting mixed reception because I liked it a lot as well. So I think it's been here for some time that it's able to camouflage, and I think that's why it chooses like a ship, maybe because it's sort of easier to get navigate like that to camouflage as well. Um, yeah, that was kind of weird that the TMZ guy knew about the cloud as well. How would he know, right? Like that's what I was wondering as well. So let me try and find my way in the chat. I'm way behind. Sorry, y'all. Number one at the box office. I hope it does well. So let me see. Yeah, definitely a lot of representation about human nature and animals and all of that here. Get Out, Us, and then Nope. I mean, I need to watch Us again because I haven't watched it in a while, so I definitely do have to watch it again. Four Horsemen, that's interesting, right? I'm gonna look more into that for sure. It was unsettling to see it, right? Maneuvering around. I don't even know what to call that, but it was just creepy to see that. Advanced Monkeys, I heard people talk about that as well. It definitely would have been interesting if we got something like that, right? Yeah, it was definitely trying to get OJ's attention to just look at him, not look at Emerald, because OJ was just pretty much just looking at Emerald the whole time. It does get better the more you think about it, and it definitely is great. Like the messages and everything. Jean Jacket, hi, hi. Jean Jacket's in here. There was some screaming right before Fish, and then the screaming stopped, and then you saw the blood. I did like it more the second watch as well. Yes, Jean Jack is in the chat. It was weird seeing it change and definitely scared. Jean Jacket's here, y'all. Nope is a kaiju film. I did not know that he actually talked to real farmers. Yeah, that quote is definitely something I'm going to be talking about tomorrow for sure. My video for Gordy. I do like him using the VHS feel as well in here. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of feel of an older farm lifestyle with OJ as well here. Yeah, I think he was just gonna use that for the horses to train them, but I don't think we ever got to see him because he was too caught up with that alien. Yeah, the sitcom a intro was interesting on Twitter. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow for sure. Yeah, definitely feel like the quote it has a lot of meaning like that for sure. He did want to make Jaws in the Sky, and that's what he did. Morbius, I mean Morbius, right? Broke box office records, all of that. Old Creatures definitely could see it being really old creatures. Yeah, he did ask why was it blurred out on Google Maps. I think he was gonna use the mirror thing to train the horses. Definitely a refreshing film, original, all of that. I thought it was great as well. The ending, I know people say it felt rushed, but the monster, I could see why people didn't like the look of it at the end. I could see that, right? Imagine if they just came up and took the picture and were like, nothing to see here. I think it was sort of an intimidating thing with the green stuff to try and intimidate OJ and get him to look straight at the creature, but it was just like Emerald and OJ were looking at each other the whole time and not like making eye contact with it. I love the IMAX as well. Yeah, definitely a big screen like that. You got to look at a lot of stuff for sure. Okay, let me see where is my place in this chat. I don't think he died either. I mean, I can see why they could think it because it felt kind of like heavenly-ish how he looked, like with the smoke and everything. But I feel like we never saw him get eaten. The chin part was crazy. Yeah, it definitely was looking at the eyes. Yeah, that was definitely interesting that he included the UAPs thing. It definitely does leave it for interpretation in the way that it's shot for sure, but I want to like believe that he is indeed alive. R.I.P. Gordy. I think what gave it away to him was sort of seeing how it was trying to feed and move. And yeah, I thought that that was definitely a way that he figured it out. Like the way it just maneuvered itself. It wasn't like a ship or anything, right? That's what I think he thought. Gordy scenes were the best. I mean, Jordan Peele said they were the scariest for sure. So I think that he really took his time with that. It did feel like something we've seen before, right? Which is crazy, right? For some reason. The Denver airport. I've heard about that, but I've never really looked into the Denver airport. F. Gordy, real ones Miss Harambe. Mm. Yeah, I'm just trying my best to try and keep up with the chat and appreciate you as well, Lily. There, I think so too. It knew it was an animal of sorts because of how it was acting right as well. Hate Gordy. People love Gordy. People hate Gordy. I think Gordy is becoming such an interesting character because I see a lot of people talking about Gordy, talking about the shoe. The shoe is becoming its own character as well. I mean, Barbie. I felt like Barbie was gonna be in this a little bit more, right? The missing hikers. I caught that the second time as well for sure, and I think that's who we saw some of this stuff be thrown out by the alien that killed OJ's dad. The Gordy scenes were definitely crazy for sure. Kubrick has a I mean, Peele has a Kubrick type. I've seen the comparisons to Kubrick. A kaiju film? Yeah, definitely see that as well. Nope is your least favorite? Yeah, I noticed that the second time now that I know what it looked like, that it was just looking at us and sort of telling us, now you're going to watch this. A controlled ship? I mean, it could be as well, right? Or somebody was controlling it? Okay, so let me see where I am. We won't know unless we see the full cut. I mean, if we see the full cut of the film, I do hope we see it, not just deleted scenes or anything like that, right? I want to see this whole thing that Jordan Peele wanted to bring to us. I mean, yeah, imagine if they did fly a throne, I was gonna say a throne, a drone into this. I think that would have been cool, right? OJ's mom, yeah, I wonder that too because the second time I saw it, I noticed that Emerald was just looking at the picture, so I wonder what exactly happened. A bad miracle is either, if you want to think about it, what happened to Ricky, where he saw the shoe standing straight up, which is like something that would never really happen, or also how OJ's dad died, where pretty much a coin fell straight into his eye. So it was a miracle, but it was bad. Nope, Us, Get Out. Oh, that's the I don't know. I have Get Out still like close to top for sure. Definitely not like his other films for sure. More sci-fi action ish. Animal exploitation definitely is a theme here. Released on Netflix. I want to see it on Netflix. That way I can get some more stuff about the film. Nope was terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's a divisive film. I've seen it. An alien or an angel? I don't know. People are saying angel. Morbid time? Morbius did beat the box office for it's number one at the box office of all time, right? It would have been PG-13 without the Gordy scenes for sure. Okay, so let me try and find my way as well from this chat. Okay. Yeah, I went to go see it with my whole family as well. A great family film. I mean, the sitcom aspect of it, Gordy, what more do you want, right? Um, Jean Jacket time? Jean Jacket's out of the chat. I haven't seen Jean Jacket. Do I think it's an alien or an angel? I kind of want to say it's an angel. I don't know because there was a lot of like references. I liked it as well. Morbid time. I mean, we got some Morbius fans in here. Morbius or Jean Jacket? Who y'all got? You enjoyed it? I enjoyed it as well. Jean Jacket was awesome. I mean, the design and everything for Jean Jacket was interesting for sure. Does it connect to other alien attacks? I mean, it could connect to a lot of stuff, right? For sure. They could definitely make it work where, like, supernatural things that people thought happened, maybe a tornado or something like that, was actually caused by this thing. Supernatural. That doesn't make sense for a tornado. Like, natural disasters, I meant. I don't know. This film definitely gave us some interesting stuff, and it definitely was a spectacle, right? Not an angel. I don't know. I don't know. It definitely is a creature here, and maybe people think it'd be an angel, but it's a creature maybe from Earth. I think that's an interesting theory as well. The cinematography was amazing. I agree. Just a baby. Then imagine what the like mother or father of this thing would look like. Right? It'd be insane. Godzilla versus Jean Jacket. I said that too. Imagine that. People were looking for flying saucers and just little aliens as well. I've heard that as well. So the flapping thing, it was opening up its mouth, I think, and it was sort of trying to intimidate them at the first time. Yeah, there's definitely a whole thing about spectacle as well with humans and all of that. A fallen angel, that would be interesting for sure. Still lingering in your head, I agree. It's definitely something I keep thinking about as well. I think it definitely takes more of just staring straight at it for some time before it does anything. I did want to see some aliens for sure. The first hour was a drag. I mean, I could see that. That's some of the critiques I've seen for this film for sure. I mean, imagine finding this thing, right? Like, once it's dead and all of that, and it just, like, falls to the ground. Definitely seen people say it resembles the biblical angels as well. Let's see. Justice for Gordy. I mean, that's a movement that some people want to start, right? Yeah, I mean, somebody earlier had said that Jordan Peele was looking at how ranchers were before doing this film, so I could definitely see why they made OJ the way he is. Definitely an homage to old westerns with the smoke and dust, right? And also with the music that was playing. The praying mantis, yeah, that's definitely a connection I'm still trying to figure out as well. Definitely a lot of homage to cinema for sure, old and new as well, and the classics. Django vibes, yeah, definitely from the shot of OJ at the end with the music and the dust. I love Annihilation for sure. It definitely makes you uncomfortable. R.I.P. Gordy. People love Gordy. Skinwalker Ranch. I have not watched it. I'm gonna watch it because people keep recommending it to me after this film. Fallen Angel. I mean, we could see. Yeah, Shining vibes with the bloodstained walls for sure. Overrated. I mean, I see people saying that about Nope for sure. It's divisive. That I'll say that. Yeah, definitely. Gordy is such a big thing that people talk about now. It's interesting for sure because I feel people talk about Gordy more sometimes than the alien itself, right? So he did something good with that. Definitely about spectacles and shame with that quote, right? The beginning just pretty much had the dad dying. It also showed OJ not really vibing with Hollywood people, and it gave you a little quote at the beginning about spectacle as well. Kiki was definitely a great part about this film for sure. The monkey was definitely something where people in my audience were just gasping. Definitely a plague, I mean, with the raining blood and all of that. I did not notice the footsteps. Definitely have to look at that. Not of planet Earth equals nope. Yeah, definitely could see that as well. I think he was definitely running away or trying to find a way out of there for sure. I think OG lived. I would want to. Us is overrated. I don't know. I haven't watched it since the first time I watched it. I want to watch it, but I do like Nope right now more. Least to best Peel films, I'm gonna say Us, Nope, and Get Out. In my opinion, I want to know who that guy is too. I saw that in the trailer. I like Nope more as well. Us definitely beats Nope. I mean, I don't know. I gotta watch Us again. I'm gonna watch it again because people keep telling me that I'm definitely needing to watch it because I'm putting Nope above it. I would watch it in theaters because I think that this definitely is a film that you want to watch on the biggest screen possible. So that's my opinion. I definitely do think he's 3 for 3. 4D, that would be insane. I've only watched one movie in 4D, and that was I lost the name. That was It Chapter 2. Okay, so let me try and find this chat here. I didn't even know it was in 3D. The shoe is just a bad miracle, a coincidence that happens that makes Ricky Park feel that this is a miracle he survived as well. Jordan's cut is 3 hours according to Jordan, and I do want to see that too. Hopefully, it does get released like that. Jordan Peele definitely is that director now after this for sure. You can't see the sky for sure, the same as well. Movie It, I could definitely see that for sure. Yeah, I was expecting OJ at a point to pull some gun out or something. 4D was fun. I watched It Chapter 2 and I liked it, and I didn't even know this was on 4D, but the theater that I go to now doesn't offer 4D. Trying to find my way in this chat. So the shoe, I mean, I'm telling you, the shoe is a big character. Everybody's talking about the shoe for sure. I did like the Western music. The soundtrack and everything was great. Praying Mantis definitely could mean not being able to stop nature. I did like OJ. He was so good in this as well. Appreciate you, T, the subscribing and loving the videos. We got a ton of videos coming this week. Got some more Nope stuff, more horror videos as well. There's a lot of horror movies coming out pretty soon, so I'm going to be covering all of that. And anybody else watching, if you haven't subscribed, really would appreciate you subscribing. We talk horror movies, all of that. We're starting to do more live shows like this, just talking about movies, all of that. So really appreciate y'all. And give this video a thumbs up. Really helps the channel a lot. All right, so I'm trying to respond to everybody. I'm just behind on the chat a lot. That's the reason it might be like that. I'm new to doing the live stream, so I got to figure out a way for the chat to not go that fast so I can respond in real time for sure. A lot of people do like Us. I've been seeing that ever since I give my like list. People always bring it up. New movie. I mean, could Jordan Peele move on from horror and sci-fi and do something else? Yeah, I'm behind in the chat a lot. I need to figure out how to do the lives better. I've never really done lives, but I do want to do more lives. Okay, so let's try to see. Not pre-recorded. I'm just really far behind the chat. So I'm going to try and figure out for the next chat so I'm not like this. We do need that director's cut for sure. 3 hour cut. I mean, if Batman was 3 hours, I do want to see a Nope 3 hour. Okay, so I'm just going to try and figure out this chat next time. I did see Marcel the Shell already. It released, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But I do see like they are barely announcing it on some other places as well. So I'm not sure why exactly it hasn't released everywhere. Maybe it just released in some select theaters, but I liked it. I like Marcel the Shell. Us is overhated. I think Us definitely is overhated. I do hear a lot of people get mad about it, but I don't know. I liked it. Okay, so doing pretty good at the live. Appreciate you. And yeah, I was trying my best to just read everybody's comment on here, but I think I gotta put it on like slow mode or something. That way I can go ahead and read everybody's, and it doesn't seem off and weird with the comments that are coming off and what I'm replying. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna try and do next time and figure out these lives better for the next time I do them. Gotta get some better lighting too for this as well. Uh, the director cut, it could definitely come out. I feel like with somebody like Peele, they might want to do that. Yeah, Marcel the Shell. I don't know. I thought it was announced or everywhere already at this point, but I don't know. It could be. Yeah, Marcel the Shell is A24, and they do have a weird way of doing things the way they release stuff for sure. Yeah, definitely. Um, why did the white horse run towards Jupiter claim or the alien? I think it was sort of like trying to run away at a point, but maybe it could be also the dad in a flashback tells OJ that Ghost is territorial and that white horse was Ghost, so maybe it was trying to mark its territory as well. A24 and Jordan Peele. I mean, A24 giving Jordan Peele a film would be amazing for sure. I think that we would definitely see some amazing stuff there. I mean, yeah, Texas getting exclusive movies, right? You would always think that's like Los Angeles or New York. Texas seems like they want to come up on that movie stuff, right? All right, y'all. So I'm gonna be making sure next time I do this chat better because I realized how to fix the chat so I can not get behind on it or it moves too fast for me to be able to respond because I want to respond to everybody on here for sure, everybody making a comment and all of that, but definitely it's hard to do when it moves quick like that. So I'm gonna be trying to figure that out for the next live, which will possibly be maybe we could do one on Tuesday or uh, tomorrow maybe. I don't know. I'm definitely thinking like what do y'all think is better? Do it like at this time or do it earlier? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because I do want to incorporate more lives for sure into the channel as well as everything I'm doing on top of all of it. So I do have a note video coming out tomorrow where I'll talk more about Gordy and the scene and the shoe for sure because I wrote a lot of notes for that and I want to talk more about that. I'm using HyperX mic. Some people told me it's a little bit um, like echoey. Is it echoey? I'm not sure. Like, is it echoey or what happened for sure with that mic? I'm just trying to figure it out. So good time, good time. Okay, I definitely will be trying to do more around this time for sure. I have another light that I could set up as well and maybe get better lighting for sure. Do I watch The Boys? Yeah, I watched The Boys. I did a couple of videos already on the latest season, and I have some videos coming out on the new spin-off show for The Boys that's coming out, and then also some theories for the next season coming out. So yeah, probably be doing these lives almost every day for sure, and trying to get better as well and incorporate some more stuff for sure. Happy you found the channel. Happy you found the channel as well. I appreciate you coming on here as well. Boys is definitely a W for sure. Actually got to see a panel with Karen, who plays Kimiko at Palooza last week, and made me appreciate the boys more the way she talked about it. And hopefully, I'll have some video of Palooza coming up on the channel because there was some interesting stuff there. And I'll try to edit that video pretty soon. Now it's echoey. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure that out as well because I don't know. I'm good at recording my other videos, and then doing lives is a completely different thing. So I'm gonna try and figure this out for sure before I go live next. But appreciate everybody who came out today. I sound like Jupe. I mean, I don't know what to say about that one. I'm gonna try and figure it out next time when we're gonna do this one. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't have my speakers on at all. I have it turned down because I didn't want like for y'all to hear the background and all of that. And so we'll figure this out. Yeah, all the lives I just let them post for sure. My favorite horror film. This one's hard. Favorite horror film. It's gonna be Wreck right now because I revisited that movie. It's a found footage film, and that's one of my favorite ones right now. And yeah, all the lives always get posted. So if you want to check them out, the ones we did in the past as well, We did a couple ones over the weekend, so those were posted as well if you want to check them out. We talked about Nope twice already, so we have those. Can I talk like Ricky and say, are you ready to see a spectacle? All right. Are you ready to see a spectacle? Is that how he did it? I don't even remember. Wreck is super underrated. It's such a good movie, honestly. It is definitely one of my favorites for sure. And like, it's just so scary, honestly, watching it by yourself. Can you say, what if I told you that today? What if I told you that today you will leave here different? Do I really sound like Jupe? I don't see it. What was the point of Gordy? I think Gordy was a parallel to the creature itself, the UFO saucer, all of that, and how we sort of try to tame nature, but nature in the end comes back and like attacks us, right? Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I do enjoy that one as well. Very cult classic film right there for sure. Love Wreck, love it as well for sure. Definitely a good film. I'm gonna start the Star Lasso experience with the Echo, right? That's definitely what it would sound like, right? Okay, after this, I'm gonna have to rewatch this live since y'all say I sound like Jupe, because I gotta see it for sure. I mean, I could see it with the Echo, right? It would sound like that. A Flying Curtain, for sure. Gordy definitely was the warning, and Ricky did not listen. How do I feel about the Wreck sequel? So I've seen the second Wreck, and I like that one. But after that, I stopped watching it, and people told me it just went off onto something completely different from the other ones. But I'm not sure, because I haven't really watched them. I should look into them, or what do you think? Are they worth watching or not? Killer Clowns is terrifying, I think, just because of how the effects look, right? And everything, since there's a lot of like practical effects, it makes things scarier for sure. Wreck fell off after two. I just watched two, that was it, and then I forgot to look into the new ones, but people told me it did went off in a different direction. The Star Lasso experience. I mean, imagine you hear something like that at Universal. The South. Train to Busan. Oh, that's such a good film. That's definitely on my top 10, and I'm excited, but kind of scared about the remake. I don't know how that would definitely be, right? I mean, I've seen some people say that it is preparing or sort of like trying to show you some stuff. I love Hereditary. I think Hereditary is great. I like Hereditary more than Midsommar for sure from Ari Aster. I think that Hereditary was done so well, and it's very terrifying for sure. The Echo, sorry about that. I gotta figure out this mic for sure. I did like that for sure. The first two. Quarantine definitely didn't hit as much as Wreck did, right? Yeah, Nope soundtrack was really good. So the Bible quote pretty much is just saying how sort of like you're asking for the spectacle and all of that, but I'm gonna give you something completely different than what you want. I think that's definitely what it's saying, and you're still gonna make a spectacle out of it. I gotta look at that for the camera designs of the sitcom and everything. I'm gonna try and find things like that. Afflicted, I still have to check that out. But yeah, I'm gonna try and fix this mic, fix this lighting, and all of that. This was definitely a test run we did over the weekend with these lives, and I see a lot of people like them. So I do want to keep doing them because I think they're pretty fun, and I think they're good to do. So I'll definitely be doing that for sure in the future. Maybe I think once I try to figure everything out, maybe Tuesday will for sure go live, but maybe tomorrow we'll try to do one. I think for me, what it meant was that Jupe was sort of like, since it was him as a balloon of sorts, sort of helped in the process of taming it here, and pretty much um, sort of circled back to him that that was what it took for him to tame the alien at the end, and sort of was there as well. 28 Days Later is really good for sure as well. The scene where the people got crushed was intense, honestly. Appreciate you. I'm gonna keep doing it for sure, and appreciate y'all being here for this as well. I mean, a prequel. People were asking for a prequel to find out how it was here, but what do y'all think? Should this be explained in a prequel? Would y'all see that? I want to hope that he did get that money to save the ranch at the end with this picture. The horse speculation. Which theory was that? There was a lot of theories with that too. I remember. Definitely a red herring movie for sure. In there, no prequel. Yeah, I hear a lot of people don't want the prequel at all. Yeah, some people want a prequel sequel, but I don't know. I don't think Jordan Peele would go with that. They did ask him about a Get Out sequel, and he said, you know, you never know. So we'll see what happens. Appreciate that you watched the videos, and I'm happy that it did make more sense with my videos as well. I do see that people saying that maybe it was here before humanity was here. I mean, people do say that thing that maybe M was hallucinating due to her like closing her eyes a lot and keeping them closed and trying to see if she could see OJ in there. Turning horses into people. I mean, that would be like a flip on what was this movie with Lakeith where they were turning people into horses. I'm trying to remember. I did a video on it a lot when it first came out a long time ago. I do want this extended cut as well. Sorry to bother you. Yes, that's what I was thinking right there. And I did see some people thinking it was something about it as well. Sorry to bother you. Yeah, very good movie. I mean, Fries and Icy definitely had a lot of sponsorship here, especially when they were getting up close to the Icy machine there. Definitely could see this thing being here for ages, right? Already. That would be interesting. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who's here watching all of that. I think I'm about to get off in like 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna still record some videos for tomorrow. I got a note video and got some other stuff to talk about as well from Comic Con. I want to get ready for the new horror films coming out as well, so I'm gonna record some videos for that. So tomorrow they should be coming out. So make sure you're subscribed, notification bell on to know when those videos drop. And I would really appreciate everybody who's on here if they subscribe and gave this video a thumbs up. Really helps a lot. Yeah, we got Jean Jacket back in the chat. People under the stairs with Jordan Peele, that would be incredible, right? Doppelganger? I mean, that would be crazy. Do I plan to visit that park? I mean, I would love to go to Jupiter's Claim in Universal Studios. I already watched some people's videos who went and it looks incredible. So, I mean, I would want to for sure. So I think the reason that it bled all over the house was it was sort of trying to intimidate them, trying to get them to come out and look at it. It was sort of like attention wanting, because once it got your attention, that's how it got you, right? I want to say that they were able to not really catch the alien as it sort of drifted away. But yeah. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the love. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, Jean Jacket's in here, right? I don't think the creature had a name. OJ just gave it the name Jean Jacket because I think it was sort of that horse that him and Emerald were going to tame when they were younger. But in the end, Emerald wasn't able to. But now she was able to tame this Jean Jacket in the end. And now my camera, I mean not my camera, my light just went off. So that's my sign to I gotta get off in a bit because I still gotta do my other videos for sure. Yeah, I think also with the blood, it was just trying to really intimidate them the most and say like, this is my territory now. I think it definitely knew it had to take on like this sort of like um, scene. I mean, not scene. It sort of had to take this new shape of a cloud in order to pretty much fit in and not be seen. I did not know LA was a hotspot for UFOs. I definitely could see more species or maybe another of Jean Jacket's like family of sorts be possible. That's definitely something I could see for sure. So yeah, I really do see that. So Jean Jacket's still in here, y'all. If y'all want to ask Jean Jacket something about anything. Um, so I was curious about that Bible quote as well, and there was a lot of biblical references. They talk about praying, they talk about miracles, and all of that. And I definitely wonder if he was sort of making the creature itself into like a biblical accurate angel, right? Somebody mentioned the rapture earlier as well. Chimpanzee definitely was intense. Jean Sweater? Not a remake of Signs for sure. Definitely felt more like Jaws and Tremors to me. Real incident? Yeah, the chimpanzee attack. There's a chimpanzee attack that the woman actually went on Oprah who got attacked. So that's why I wonder if they were talking about Oprah a lot on here. It's about the end times, so I definitely see that for sure. All right, so Jean Jacket said they're still alive, so we got the sequel, right? Yeah, I just like recently saw that as well today about the Oprah. I mean, when that alien scene thing happened and the kids were the aliens, I was just like, what? What is going on, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how Jean Jacket would give that autograph, right? I mean, the chimpanzee attack is definitely what's got a lot of people talking for sure, as well as that shoe. And we're talking about that shoe tomorrow in the Gordy scene. I heard an interview where Peele was talking about how sort of like the business of Hollywood and everything, how it is, and that's what he based the movie on off. So I'm gonna talk about that also. Denim is Jean Jacket's son. I mean, imagine that. Oppenheimer trailer was very good. Waiting for the aliens. I was waiting for aliens too. I was like, what? What's going on here? Kiki's character was hilarious. I wonder that too with Ricky, why he was still there while everybody else was getting beamed up or sucked up, whatever, by the alien. And some people were saying he didn't die, so I was wondering that. So I'm trying to see here. Okay, so Keke Palmer is the GOAT for sure. Keke Palmer was my favorite in this film, definitely, especially towards the end. Yeah, I do believe he did die as well. Maybe it's not an alien for sure. It could be something else entirely. I want to hear like Jordan Peele have this whole like director's commentary throughout the whole film and just see what he was thinking with everything, right? Like every single scene in here was great, and one of my favorite scenes is when OJ just gets to Jupiter's claim and he sees Lucky there, and he's trying to get Lucky, and the alien's just swooping around through the clouds, and then out of nowhere the alien just comes straight at him, and you see this massive being, and you're just like, this is insane, honestly. Like that was one of my favorite shots too, as well. That is true with Angel, right? That he actually did do that, and it's sort of like is something that kind of stopped the alien a bit as well. That's a great pickup right there that I didn't think about as well, and would fit in with all the biblical references. Mars Attacks. I forgot about that film. That's such a classic right there. There is a lot of Bible references here. Like I said, they talk about miracles, praying, all of this. Yeah, that was definitely scary how that UFO just came through into the camera. Very well done right there, for sure. But yeah, that amazing film. I got some videos coming out tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be doing some more lives. I'm gonna fix this mic, this echo, all of that. But appreciate everybody who's on here right now and came through tonight to just drop your comment or just watch if you watched, whether you commented or not. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell's on so you know when we go live. I'll have a set schedule tomorrow when I'll go live throughout like every day. So I'll let y'all know for sure how that's gonna work. But appreciate y'all. And yeah, hope y'all subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time if y'all want to join the chat. So